Right. It's a bit dark. That's Blue Glue. It's Blue and Glue. How are you doing? Just adding a bit more sort of ground sort of effect substance on this sort of stuff. This is not 100% dry. It's still, even after a week, still a little bit tacky. It's been quite cold up here, so normally this would be set quite hard, but it's fine. Jake, how are you doing? Afternoon, SJ. Train World, how are you? Wolfette Celix, how are you? So the plan today is basically obviously just try and get this, give it a bit of a base coat. And then if I get time, I'm going to put a little bit of ground scatter on here. So I want to sort of try and give it the effect of it's not concrete, but it's not completely earth either. It's just sort of a mixture of dirt, scatter, bit of gravel, and just a hard standing really, rather than trying to smooth it all out and do like concrete pads, which would take an age to do, and I don't particularly want to go down that route. So just giving it a little bit of a base coat, and then we'll see where we go from there. So how's everyone in chat then? How are we all doing? Yeah, I'm doing okay, SJ. I said just cracking on from last week where I was doing just this add-on fence. In fact, if I just bring this over, when I went off air last week, I continued just applying some more brush to it, some scenery. And as you can see, I've tried to add in a little bit of graffiti into the fencing area. It doesn't say anything, it's just literally me squiggling with a black marker pen and then a little bit of yellow paint. So it sort of gives the impression that there's been some sort of graffiti put on that over time. Afternoon, Hot Dog Andy, how are you? Afternoon, Mansfield Railways. No, that's fine. Not a problem if you're just dropping in. We're just carrying on from last week where I'm trying to get the scrapyard up and running. So I'm just from last week where I put all the sculptor mold in, and obviously a bit of track where the little crane was going across, sort of thing. So that's quite embedded in there quite well. And now it's just a case of me trying to darken down the surface now. I've got a bag of scatter, that I'm going to try and apply to this at some point. I'm hoping it sort of gives that sort of, I don't know, old yard type effect, certainly for the ground area anyway. So what's everyone been up to then? No, I'm just looking behind me because obviously the screen's behind me, so I'll just trying to catch up with the chat. Yeah, definitely Ivo. There was a couple of little divots that I've put in, and hopefully over time I get some of that Scenics liquid when I do the actual canal side. I will be putting in some little areas just representing pools of water. Worthorpe International, Colin Zane Gage, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. So I've earmarked one of my Class 66s to go into here. There's just enough power on the scrap track that I've embedded, so that it'll basically push in up to about 3 or 4 scrap carts. I've yet to find them yet. I haven't had much time looking for those, but I will get them eventually. But obviously I've got 2 66s here, so one of them will definitely be used to do like a slow shunt in and out of this area. And I'm not being overwatched it. I'm just literally doing a very, very light coat over this just to give it some sort of substance more than anything else. Yes, the paint is, give me 2 seconds. It's ready mixed. 300ml paint from Hobbycraft. All I've done is I've just added a little bit more water just to make it go a little bit further. Yeah, I think they were, I can't remember the exact price, and I think it was about 4 or 5 quid, I think they were for that. Cool. So the idea is, where's that bag of scatter? So I've got some scatter here. And the idea is I'm going to sprinkle this on top, and hopefully it'll give a bit of a weathered ground effect. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'll give it a go. If failing that, I can always revert back to get to really, really fine ballast gravel, and install that onto it if it doesn't work. But we'll see. We'll see how we go. Trying to get these areas there. Wiring endless amount of droppers. Oh yeah, that's nothing worse than doing that, is it, Mark? And this is leaving me alone to the train room. No doubt I'll pay for it later. Don't we all? Don't we all? But at least they give us the time, eh? Yeah, so just basically using water-based paint on here just to give it a little bit of substance. And the idea is then I'm going to try and put a very, very light amount of glue in, and then I'll do a patch of this scatter just to see what it turns out like. And that's it. Ready? So I managed to finish off the brambles and everything on. I don't know if you can see it from here. Let me just turn it that way. That might get in my way. But I managed to finish off those brambles after the show last week. These have been trimmed down a bit as well, just to keep them off the edge. And for now, I've just put in a little bit of spare ballast I had just to hide the mess that was there. So again, with a little bit of graffiti, does the job. Bake it. Oh, okay, now that's a good idea. So I'm just catching up in the chat. I need to put some big screen over, don't I? So much easier if I just put it on the big screen. Moneybrook Junction, how are you? Welcome to the stream. 3D printed scrap cars. Ooh, okay. Who does them then? Wilsec? Do you do them or do you get them from somewhere? Just try and get this last edge done here. While this area is wet, and I'll do this scatter stuff in a minute and see how it turns out. Just get this last little bit of the grey covered up, and I can see if it's going to do what I want it to do. Right. I have no idea if this is going to work, so bear with me. Where's that scout stuff gone? Junction afternoon. Right, let's see if this works. What did you say? You see them on eBay? Okay, I can have a quick look at those. Oxford diecast and a hammer. It does, yeah. It probably does. Actually, that don't look too bad. So I don't know if you can see it from there. I don't think you can actually see the a bit of a loss as to where to put his camera, to be fair. Hopefully there's enough room. So I just started at the top. And what I can do is mix in a little bit of really, really fine ballast if I need to later on. Don't actually know that's doing any good. Proof house paint for base coat. It was great as once it was created. The skin over everything was great. You know it once. Okay. Yeah, what I'll do, I'll probably, once I got this down, I'll probably will do like a water base thin out of some PVA glue, just to sort of give it a bit of binding. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It looks. I don't know. I've not been made up my mind on this one. It was just an idea I thought I'd try. Definitely probably will need a bit of PVA just to lock it in, I think. A bit too much there. Yeah. It's probably a bit awkward to see on the actual camera. Signal cabin afternoon. How are you? Yeah, exactly. Once I start sort of filling it out with some bits and pieces and stuff, then it'll hopefully start to shine out a little bit more. But it's just, it's all about playing, sort of trying to get things into perspective, isn't it? You know, my way might be completely different to other people's sort of ideas. So, well, that's just drying on there. Just going to finish this other side. I can move things around then. So, what's everyone else been up to? Anything good? Okay, Mansfield, no problem. Thanks for popping in. So, just to let you guys know, there probably will not be a stream next Sunday. I'm going to be away for the weekend, so I won't put up anything via sort of StreamYard next Sunday afternoon, sort of thing, just to say that I'm doing a schedule live. Because obviously, there's no way I can going to make it back for where I am traveling up to. So again, just to let you know that next week there'll be no live. Trying to figure out where best to put all this now. See if we can move that over to there. So has everyone managed to get any of the last minute deals from Hatton's before they closed down? I wish I had. There's a couple of items I hadn't seen on there, sort of thing, but just didn't have the cash at the time, which is a shame. Hopefully, whatever stock they've not managed to sell, will get distributed to other places. Like Rails of Sheffield, or what's that other one I come across the other day? Road in Rails, I think it's called. Yeah, tis a shame. I mean, they were quite a good outlet for all the little bits and pieces should you needed them. I might leave that on, actually. That looks quite good. Spill a bit of paint on the fence. Reminds me, I've got to colour these fences in. There we go. And the last little bit there. Afternoon, Lee. How are you? Benetton. Afternoon. Good to see you. The old button thing. And I'll press click on there if anyone wants to. It's to throw in plastic gears from old cassette. Yeah, could do that. I've actually got quite a collection of old loco wheels and stuff as well that I've collected from some of the scrap items. So a set of them will be going in. Just touching this last bit here before the paint all disappears. Just getting this last bit in here now. Yeah, they did do some really good tutorial on stream. Hattons. It's a shame, really. In fact, I was watching a couple of them the other week. Just get these last little bits on here done, and I can have a quick look at the chat again. Just finished. Yeah, no, that's fine. Ben Tink, is that model Spore? Oh, okay. A bit of water in there. See if that sinks in. That usually does. It's a bit rough and ready, but I think we're almost there on this bit now. This brown's here's a little bit dark in colour, but that hopefully eventually, when I put the gravel and bits and pieces in, it will start to come through a bit more. Cool. That's the last of that. Let's get rid of that then. Sandbags. Sandbags is a good one too. Oh, okay. Just a look at the chat coming up. Where's it moving? There we go. Yeah, the Hobbycraft paint's pretty good, and you get quite a fair bit for it as well. And obviously, when you can water it down, so it does actually go a little bit further, which is good. Anthony Dodge, how are you? There we go. Yeah, there you go. He's put a link up to the Sunbog model railroad. Awesome. Right, we'll let that bit dry off. I don't think it's going to make too much difference on there. That'll be fine. Yeah, once that goes back in, there'll be a little bit of. That's basically going to go there. Obviously, the doors are open. Close those off. We'll see that. It's going to stay there anyway. Yeah, it works. So hopefully. Yeah, it can still run right to the end. So any of the scrap trucks that I put in this, it should all work, no issues. A few days, just take that bit of crap off. Obviously, we can put that in there. This stuff dries pretty quick, which is really good. But I do need to sort of try and lock that in. Need to try and find some stuff. So what's everyone been up to then? It's definitely looking a little bit better. Right, what I need to do is I have got some. I did have gravel that I could probably put there. I'm not too sure. I am supposed to have a set of rails, but technically, to put this in the way it should come in. So I'd probably say that sits probably about there. I'll get some rails put on there so it makes it as if it is actually doing something. Stick that there. And then moving that around should give a better perspective. There we go. It didn't fit the main theme. Oh, that's a shame. So you get the overall idea, basically. Just sort of darkens out the ground a little bit more. And I'm going to try to sort out some PVA spray in a minute, and I'll get this sprayed down. Hopefully it'll get locked into place. And if I'm happy with that, then I could do that for this side, because I've got enough of the scatter to go in. That's a general idea. which I think should look okay. Might as well use the rest of this paint up, so I might as well use it for something good. So you get the general idea. Having an Italian 1950s logo is a bit too foreign even for the music and railway scene. Well, go with what you like, innit? At the end of the day, it's your layout. Right. Broken Cars eBay shop is good. Oh, right. Okay. Good with Scenics. That's a good shout, actually, mate. I might have to have a look at that. What else have we got? The only other shite I've got here is what have we got? Yeah. So bring that right in there then. Ah, cool. Oh, good. There we go. All right, let's have a look, see if I can find. I need PBA. So the other day I was talking about getting this 9F up and running. So the rear tender motor has now turned up. It's an older version, which is a bit annoying. It's not the DCC version. However, I can still make use of it. So I've got a little bit of wiring to do on that just to get these to be hooked up. So I should have this running in a couple of weeks' time, if not sooner. Cheers, Lee. You doing your stream again at 5 a.m.? Hopefully it's all right. Right. Move that out of the way. Okay. Doing a Metcalf build. All right, okay. Just right. Okay. Again, just adding this dirt scatter to this side. And I think what at the end do is along here, or along there, I'll try and get some like scrap separators, the old little like drive up bunker type things where you can put all the different type of metals and stuff in. I could just do a scratch build on those. Got some balsa wood and stuff that I can make up the bits and pieces, and then slowly put them in place. When it comes to all like the scrap parts, they just get added into there then. Okay. I'm hoping this works out. That should do, I think. I don't think we need to put any more on that one. And the only thing with this is you don't get to really see the proper effects until it all dries out. So we'll just have to wait and see. Okay. That's about as much as I want to do on that for today. I think that just needs a really good time to dry out now. Just clean up this track here because I probably might run a few trains in a bit. Okay, so it's pretty much now got a bit more of a texture to it. So I'm going to tell now when that dries out as to how that's going to be. Like I said before, we'll probably put, I did say about putting the gate down here, but I think we'll move the gate to here so it aligns. So I'll put a little bit of fencing here and a gate across with a bit of fencing. This stuff, if I've got any left, I'm going to try and extend that all the way along down to here. Obviously put a bit more grass in there because you can actually see the underside where all the plaster cloth is. So we'll get that thickened out, put some bramble and stuff on the sides, and it's starting to come together. That's the main thing. Let's move that to the side. Digger Evans, how are you doing? Thanks for coming in. So for those that come in and have not seen, we'll just move this to here. So after the live last week, what I did was just continue finishing this portion of the fencing. No zoom on this, unfortunately, guys. And obviously I've added in a little bit of graffiti style markings to the fencing. How's things going, Digger? What have you been up to? Oops. Oh. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I hope things are getting better for you. Just just continue to rest up, mate. It's probably the best thing for you, isn't it? Just take things a little easy. We get speedy recovery anyway. That's the main thing. Right, let's see if this actually works today. Oh, that's good to know, then, mate. Yeah, good to know. So there's definitely a distinct colour difference from obviously the one I did last year to that one there. But to be truthful, I think that'll be okay. Because by the time I put all the groundwork stuff in, it should marry up okay. I don't think I'll have too much of an issue with it. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. The main thing was I was trying to get this fencing sorted out last week, which it is now. It's all sturdy. Brambles are all in place. I'm going to give them a bit of a trim. So I put the link in the chat, guys. If anyone wants to come in, either just on audio or with your camera, you're quite welcome to. I'll just put the link in the chat now for you. You're more than welcome to come in. There we go. Saves me babbling on for 2 hours. Yeah, that is definitely going to go in simple. Split. Should do. And that's just the other side of the fence as well. Right. Let's see what else. I don't think I can do much else with that. I'm just going to let it dry, I think. Yeah, so I got a few ideas from you lot though. I'll have a look at that link on eBay later on about the scrap cars and stuff, or you can get like 3D printed cars with paint up. Definitely an option. So we'll start putting in some like scrap bunker lanes along there. So gradually build that up and probably have it all the way around that corner there, I think. And it gives this sort of space as like the main working area space. Obviously that's going to go in. I'm in two minds with this at the moment, whether to leave it as is on the back of that truck or to physically have it here now and get the old Dremel and scalpel to it and pliers and start ripping it apart. Not too sure at the moment. Decide that in a couple of days' time. Let's have a look, see, because I could do some of that fencing. I wonder if I've got any materials left. Just give me a second and find out what I've got. Handy, actually. Talking of fencing, there's some fencing here. Oh, you haven't missed much, mate. Don't worry about it. I'm just trying to figure out what to do next. You definitely need much friction. What else am I going to do? Always away. Hi Sparky, how are you? Let's take that out in a minute. I wonder. Think, yeah, they might work. We're just looking at ways of trying to make those little things. So I'm thinking if we start here, obviously not so long, but only a little bit, and then put quite a few across and start adding things in, then I think they're going to be fit enough. We just see what we can make. I'll turn the camera around and I'll put it onto the table. Okay. Let's see. How far do we want them out? Two and a half. Let's make them 2.5 long then. Bit rough and ready, but I'll just see what I can manage. Bit of sandpaper there. There we go. That should do. And one for the other side. So I'm just going to trial this and see what happens, basically. Okay. Why do we need it? So if we're having them to that, let's say two. Okay. Or do we just make it easier? Just keep them all at 2.5. Let's have a look. I think that might be working better. Yeah, I think that might do. Don't think we needed to be any bigger than that. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Okay. So these are basically just going to form those segmented bits where you obviously some of the older scrap yards they used to separate all the bits and pieces. So if I have that like that, so that would basically give me. Let's have a look. It'd give me quite a few. I get quite a few of that. There's another one there I can do. A couple of slightly smaller ones, not so high, maybe. There's another one there. All right, yeah, we'll do that then. That looks good. I think this glue is going to be up to much. Let's try it. Down in there. I think I'm almost out of glue. Oh, there we go. Some on that side. Like I said, why pay for anything when you can just scratch build it out of whatever you've got lying around, you know? And they don't have to be perfect. Just as long as they stick together, happy days. And that will become one of our scrap bunkers. With a bit of luck, a bit of patience, a bit of glue. Because that would look good, doesn't it? There we go. Okay. Let's leave that to the side there to dry. There'll be another one. Just join. What you building, mate? In Ridge, how you doing? So basically, that is basically going to be going over to the scrap compound along here, and you get your separation of all the scrap and everything. I think they used to call them scrap bunkers. I'm not too sure if that's the correct terminology, but I'm going to have quite a few of them later on the edge there. And then I can start filling them up then with various pieces of junk as and when. So I'm going to make a few of those this afternoon. And just sort this out for a minute. Here we go. We'll go from there, really. Yeah. So I'm just going to make a couple of those. And I think really I could click on this one. Let's move that across. Just put a little bit more on this to get the bond. There we go. What I could do is I'll just add in an extra one onto the edge, so it'll be fixed. So 2.5. And it's just balsa wood. So the good thing with this is once it's painted up and everything else, paint it like a dirty grey or something, or that's if I want to go for like the concrete style, or I could get it painted up, maybe put a little bit of grooves in here and get them as the old sleepers. So there's various ways I can do it. Settle and sit it. Yeah, it will. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll have to have a look around for that, mate. I mean, I think these days you can pretty much get anything from eBay, can't you? So I'll have to have a bit of a gander later on and see what's on there. I mean, this day and age, if you can't get it on eBay or Amazon sort of thing or whatever model shops, somebody will end up making it, wouldn't they? Okay, so another one on here. 2.5. There. Yeah, it's not going to look as fantastic as Everard Junction's one, because he's done quite a lot of detail in his, and his is more car based, whereas this is going to be predominantly train scrap. But I will put a couple of extra bits in there just see how we go. Just straighten this out. Happy days. So has anyone else got a scrap yard on their layout? Or thinking of doing a scrap yard on their layout? Be interested to see what you lot are doing. Digger's got scrapyard. Favourite part of the layout. Happy days. Oh, I might have to take a look at yours then, Digger, and see if I can get some inspirational ideas. Without obviously doing a direct copy, of course. I think there's who's the I think there's a guy on eBay that sells a lot of weathered and scrap locos. I've seen a few of them in there, and they look really good. To be fair, all the weathering and everything he does to them, really smart, really clever guy. That needs to go on a piece of paper. I need to find something. Go on one of these. Turn that away for a sec. This is either going to work or it's going to be disastrous. Shouldn't have put this on the wood in the first place. Yeah, I thought so. You live and learn. Get rid of that junk. This PVA is too watery. It's just seeping down. this stuff. Oh, there we go. That's better. That's a lot bulkier. Right. So it doesn't really matter now if it sticks to the plastic. I can just cut that off, just peel it away. I think that the PVA glue was just a little bit too watery. Piece that is on the top of the scissors. Sorry, yeah, actually, yeah, thinking of that. Let's have a look. Yeah, I might have some. Let's have a look. Hey, we'll have some matchsticks. There we go. That'll do. Always trim that to effect. Why is there wire in there? Oh, I got some good pieces in here actually. Yeah, it was a good show. I've got some stuff here that'll do the trick nicely. Okay. So that's just a yeah. There we go. Right, on it. Matchsticks. Not too much glue, obviously. Awesome. Yep, that is definitely making a difference. Also, it's a sponge. Try hot glue. I haven't got any at the moment. I did have some, but I borrowed it and came back with virtually nothing. But yeah, I'll get some. I've got the gun, so I'll get some on my next shopping spree, I think. The only thing I find with a hot gun is if you're doing small work like this, it does get in the way. But these seem to be coming together now, so smashing. And then one for the corner. That is definitely holding better. There we go. Whoop. A little double. Come on. Yeah, this glue is definitely better. It's a lot more manageable than that watery stuff I had earlier on. I mean, already that's starting to set, which is good. Happy days. Awesome. Super plastic glue. Yeah, again, I haven't got any. I used the last of it building the TMD behind me. But I'll get some in the end. I need to do a shopping list. That's the main thing. Right. Can we make a few more? Let's have a look. Yeah, we've got a couple here, haven't we? So a couple of big ones. Yeah, what I might do is add that in to there and then reduce that, have a smaller one on that side. So I can do that. So put one on there. See what kind of wood I got left. Got some here actually. There we go, 2.5. I'll cut this out. I think this one's going to be a little bit higher, but that's fine because that's going to go up to the next. Yeah, that's going to go next to the office, the porta cabins. So that actually makes more sense. So put some of that in there. Let's keep this one. It doesn't have to be bang on straight because it's a scrapyard after all, isn't it? They're going to get knocked about and everything. You get a little piece of. In fact, we use that one. That was quite meaty. Put one on there, and a bit on there. I suppose you can use it like the same as this if you were doing like coal bunkers, wouldn't you? Stocko Junction, how are you doing? Are you doing a scrapyard as well, you Stockton? Awesome. Is it a mixture? Is it what kind of scrap are you going to put in there? We need one on there, don't we? How does that slid out? Let's see. Just give that a little bit of cars, general junk, locos, coaches. All right, okay, so got quite a variety then. That's good. Yeah, I think at the moment this one's going to be predominantly locos, but I probably will have a little bit of general stuff as well. a curve on that, so I just put a tiny amount of curve. There we go. So by the time that dries over the week, I can just peel it off the plastic, which is the best thing. I need a load of cards in, so I plan to print a fair bit myself, but mainly to buy a few. Do you do a lot of 3D printing then, do you, Stockton? Sorry, apologies, I don't know what your name is. I could do maybe 2 larger bays, maybe, depending on what I've got available. Train kits. Yeah, no, that actually sounds a good idea. Try and find out who that was. That'd be quite valuable, actually. Get a few engines and stuff in here, definitely. I think we could split this one up. Let's have a look. We got 10, so we say 5 there. 5 there. Just a little bit, yeah, that's a bit bigger. We can use that. Yeah, I think it gives a general one. So let's bring this out. That's quite a large area, isn't it? Yeah. Let's think. Where are we? It's 2.5. So yeah, so we'll call it 3. Bring it up to 3, but made it double length as well. So I should be able to get one decent bay out of this. And I think the idea is that you can put as much into this as you want, can't you? So many people do all these 3D printing stuff now. You can have pretty much anything. If they haven't got it, they'll more likely make it for you. If I had the time and inclination, I'd definitely go down that route of getting a 3D printer. It's just learning all the software that goes with it that sort of puts me up a little bit. Well, they're not too bad. They're good sizes. I think we'll keep those. Yeah, I'll keep them. We'll do that. In the middle of designing and printing my own platform side, similar to. Oh, right, okay, cool. So you've got a bit of knowledge behind you then. That's good. Is it relatively easy to do? I mean, this I'm just sort of putting it together, really, just as and when. Take that off. Oop, nearly. And I think that should be okay. Just need to lift that onto there. Bonus. So 3 little bays or bunkers, whatever you want to call them, scrap bunkers. And then we've got a larger one where I can sort of, like, say, fill in things. I could put either engine blocks in there or something. But no, that should come out quite well, I think. Amazing what you can do with a bit of balsa wood. All right, so let's see how that's drying. Let's have a look. So they are basically going to go along that back wall, really, from here all the way along. And hopefully that will probably sit there or thereabouts, maybe over there as well. So, is there any shows that anyone's going to this year? Obviously, Rawley's a bit out of the question now, but is there any other ones local that you might be going to? Yeah, cheers, dear. It was well, I've had that for a few years now. It's a non-starter. There's nothing in it. Everything's been taken out of it, so it is pretty dead. So all I did was basically just did a bit of weather into it, and yeah, at the moment it's just pride of place on the truck. But I'm in two minds whether to keep it as is or whether to start breaking it up. I'm not sure at the moment. Right. Sweet. Yeah. Modern Railway Show in Tonbridge, Kent. It's a bit far from me. Never mind. It's at annual, so normally quite large turnout. Always plenty of stalls selling. Cool. I'm hoping to get what we now just going into February, so another couple of months. To try and get myself down to the car boots, because usually we try and get to the first weekend or second weekends when people are like emptying the clutter out of the houses. There might be a chance where I live to sort of see what kind of old stuff or just stuff that's not used anymore getting chucked out. So that's my plan, to try and get to a car boot when it starts up in, I think it's end of March, beginning of April. But yeah, hopefully that'll sort of pick up some bits where I can add things in. I'm just toying with the idea of to put some light stanchions in here as well. Now I've got where are they? So I've got a few of these that I've used over in my T&D area. So I'm wondering whether it's worth having them there, maybe. Or maybe I need taller ones. I'm not sure at the moment. And I can certainly put a few in there. And maybe one there as well. It'll probably look quite good, to be fair. So I don't know yet whether to use those or whether to use the bigger ones. Let's see if my 800 is still working after it was repaired from Hornby the other week. Should be. See if we can get it running. Seems to. Short ones at the back. Yeah, could do, couldn't I? I'll have a look, see what I can find online. There's plenty of there, some really good like stanchion ones. Doncaster and gets the share. Yeah. Where's the Gets one usually held at? Is that Birmingham, or is that somewhere else? Milton Keynes. That's not too bad. That's so where I am in Swindon. That's probably about an hour's drive, maybe. There'll be even more so now, won't there? Because obviously the Worley one being closed down. I mean, I'm sure at some stage someone will take up the mantle and do another one. Just me go to Milton Keynes. Well, yeah. Ali Pally, whereabouts is that, Andy? I suppose if I need to make an effort and go to some of these this year, I need to get myself a t-shirt sorted out for my channel, North London. Yeah, it's doable. We're on the Paddington line here, so I think for Swindon into London itself is only an hour. I suppose also, Anthony, is how much they charging now. They're going to start charging more. I think that was one of the main things of Rawley, wasn't it? People saying it's quite expensive after you actually get there to then get into Rawley itself. Fencing here that I need to sort out. Second-hand fencing. I'm going to try and use. Yeah, I'll have to have a look into those. I think certainly I can try and get some Milton Keynes one this year, and then see how it goes if it gets one. Whether I can get to there as well, should be able to. The only thing that puts me off at the moment is all this train strikes malarkey that goes on. It's a bit annoying. So if you put that into perspective, then I've obviously scrapyard, canal, and a bit of the old country scenery on the side there. It's literally coming across now, so once I've literally finished with all this area, eventually I'll put the Scenic liquid into the canal area and get that built up. Put some bits and pieces in there. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably a good idea, actually. Yeah, go stay at the Premier Inn. I think £6 for a cab fare is nothing, is it, really? We've done. Well, that seems to be taking shape quite well. Obviously, that area has still got a lot of time for it to soak in and stuff. So we'll just let that crack on for now. Did manage to find some fencing, so I'll get some of that picked out, and that will be going over there. Do a bit of fencing in that corner, and then across the old gate. So it's coming along, gents. That's the main thing. It's definitely coming along. From there, some different fences everywhere, all different types of fences. And I found some conduit as well, so in there. Looks like I pre-painted that. So again, we'll use some of this stuff to continue on the edge at the back. Do that again. So once I've weathered this one in, and start adding that into there, and then just gradually bring it around, and I'll do some more, just a corrugated sheet. And I've shown you this the other week when I just put the galvanized paint on it, sort of thing, and then just sort of put in some weathering powders, and then continue that all the way around. Then, so that should finish off quite well. Okay, Anthony, no worries. Thanks for popping in. Catch up with you again soon. Just going to cut these brass bits into some strips, and over here. Might as well just finish this off. Get this fencing. Sorry, some of this stuff made up now, and at least then it's ready for install when I get back, because I won't be on. There won't be a live next week, so I'll be away. At least what I can do is get at least this made up, if nothing else, and go from there, really. That's going to give me quite a bit. That's going to, yeah, let's say those two. Okay. So I'm fast running out of my plastruct bits of plastic, so I don't even think I've got any glue, to be fair. No idea why I'm getting this out. Let's have a look. Flymo. Oh, I've got a little bit of glue left, so I could do a little bit then. Get my paintbrush out. Yeah, I'll do. So I could do a little bit of this now, and then I'll finish off the rest when I get back. That's 2 strips. So at least it's making some of this stuff. Definitely need to do a shopping list for glue, plastics, and a myriad of other things. And it's literally on its last few drops of plastic glue. But it should hold with a bit of luck. Hi Adam, how are you? This stuff's really good. It's good stuff to use. Gives you enough time to move things around at the same time. It's quite a good gluing agent. So that TMD I built behind me, the long TMD over here, that's all made out using this Plastruct components and this glue. This glue is really good. I mean, yeah, straight away. I could just put a little bit on there that'll support that. Yeah, I'm doing okay, mate. Doing okay. Just trying to get a little bit of stuff done. So I'm on my last bit of glue, last bit of plastic kits and all sorts. But at least it gets used up. That's the main thing. Okay, Delve Junction, no problem. Thanks for coming in. Sorry, it wasn't a bit more sort of exciting today because with me not being doing a live next weekend, it wasn't really much for me to do other than just finish off doing the ground area for the scrapyard. But thanks for coming in. It's much appreciated. I've done this one a little bit different by putting a strip on. What I'm going to do is basically just cut a couple of little grooves in just to show that, you know, they leave space apart sort of thing. So just a couple of grooves in there. Plus it'll allow me to do a little bit of bending as well. Take that bit out there. That was actually right, actually. That don't look too bad. I think I'll just bend that. That looks great. Just glue that into place. Happy days. Seriously running out of plastic parts. Just put this one in so at least when it marries up to that other one, it's going to stick. And the good thing about this is that once it's painted up, it sort of adds to the effect. Thick posts, thin posts, whatever. Put another one. Let's put one there. Whoop, nearly. That'd been full. That'd have been all over me by now. I'll get this painted up. If I don't do it today, it'll be done when I get back next week. Just to make a start, really. And then straight away, that sells a start of a corrugated fence, and I put a little bit of nicks in there, so well, yeah, I'll carry on with the tops as well. Just put a couple of nicks in the top, so it sort of gives the effect that it is sheeted. Yeah, that's how I lost my last lot. Exactly the same, and most of it went all over the floor. Put in there. Put one more leg in, and then let it rest. And that is it. That is my glue all used up. So just enough. So hopefully, with that being said, obviously after I painted it and everything else, that should, I put the holes in the, that'll take it to about there, so that's not too bad. Once these have been buried in, painted, they'll line up quite well. And obviously with this, the good thing with this is you can stress this slightly, so you can actually tease it into the curve rather than it doing what it's doing at the moment. And then bend again, just keep bending. So it's good stuff to use. I'll leave that there for a minute while it dries. So how's this ground turned out? I mean, get this different perspective looking at it from where I am, but obviously from the camera side of things, how does that look? And hopefully it should end up looking very similar to this sort of stuff. And this is the one I did last week. So that's all in place at the moment. So yeah, it's getting there. Yeah, I did that last week. Literally after once I went offline, and all I've used on the black is basically permanent marker pen, and I just literally just scribbled stuff. It's not even copying anything; it's just a scribble. And then the yellow was just a little bit of paint on a very, very thin brush. Nothing spectacular, but it does give it a bit of a better effect than just being plain corrugated. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to call it. I'm going to try and have a chill out evening now. Just pack some stuff away so I can make a bit of room for other things that are coming into play. I was going to get onto that 9F today, but I think I'll leave that to another time. I'll probably need a Saturday to do that because it's a bit of wiring, a bit of jiggery pokery. You know, when they're gone. Right, it's a very good question. I don't know where they've gone. They did have the wiring kits for it, but that seems to have been a bump. Yeah, that's annoyed me now. I don't know where those that wiring kit is. Same old same for this place. You put something down, it disappears. Oh well. Right, guys. Anyway, that's me for today. Thanks for popping in. There's some good tips that you put out in the chat, so I'll go through those later on. For the scrap cars and 3D printed engines for locos and stuff like that. So I'll certainly have a look at those, and we'll go from there. So thanks for tuning in. Like I said, not on the live next weekend, because I'll be away. But obviously the weekend after that, I will be back on, and I'll put a notification to say that there will be a stream. So I'll hopefully catch you all in a couple of weeks' time. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Where is that? Ah, random. And for those that still, they are those little connectors that I'm going to be putting for the tender and the 9F. They are the tiniest connectors in the world. So hopefully get that 9F running in a few weeks' time. Okay, guys, cheers for now. See you again later. Where am I going to go, was it? Okie dokie. Bye for now.